What's going on, y'all? So listen. Um, Girl, I feel some type of way, y'all, because I've been trying to record this video for the freaking longest. This is like the fourth time that I had to redo this video, and mind you, like I didn't even get well into the video to actually do something, but girl, I just feel a type of way. I I was halfway finished, y'all, and it cut off. And I said, you know what? I was filming on my other phone and it cut off, and I just didn't have the space to actually do the editing on that. And girl, I just said, fuck it, let me do it on the camera that I was doing it on for real. But anyway, this is Seeking Sister Wives and Sister Wives. Let me just tell y'all this. If you don't have the TLC app or you don't have Discovery Plus, y'all need to get that app, okay? Because it is some good programming on there. Not just TLC, it's multiple channels on there that you can look at, multiple programming or whatever. But if you are a TLC fan, you know, there's a lot of stuff on there. You look at 90 Day Fiance, Seeking Sister Wives, Little People, Big World, you know, My Big Fat Fabulous Life, uh, Smothered, Extreme Sisters, all that shit, you know, it's on there. But anyway, let's just get into what I've been here to talk about, that I've been trying to talk about this whole time. Girl, I did a whole good segment about Sister Wives. All I'm gonna say on that shit is, first of all, I watched Sister Wives since the very beginning, okay? And you know, when you watch a certain show and you see how people are from the beginning and the way that they progress or degress by the ends of the show, it's very telling. Now, when they were on there, you know, it was an interesting concept when it first started because I've heard of polygamy, I heard of polygamists, but I've never actually witnessed it with my own eyes, you know? So the fact that they was actually putting a TV show up showing this one man having multiple wives and having all these kids, you know, when we've heard things in the press and in the news or whatever about certain factions of the, what is it, FDLS church or whatever, Jeff Warner's or, you know, Warren Jeffs or whatever his name is. And if y'all ain't Sweet Pray Obey, look at that documentary on Netflix. And I remember seeing all that stuff in the news or whatever, you know, all the child brides and stuff like that. So when you think of polygamy, you think of Utah because that's where they were. And you think of the Mormon church or whatever, or the FDLS church or whatever, that's what you think about. You think about some fucked up shit going on like that, you know. And so to see that that really wasn't happening, this was another side, it was interesting. It caught my attention. And so I stayed to watch it. And I realized how much of an asshole Cody is. And I realized how ditzy some of his wives are, right? And so it got to the point where when this pandemic came past, and probably a couple of seasons before the pandemic season came on, I started to truly realize and see his real colors about how much of an asshole he really is. He is a typical narcissist. He very much thinks that he's supposed to control everything because I guess he's the money maker or whatever. But Janelle, his other wife, she actually works as well. Okay. And so she really don't really need him. Honestly, if she was to leave, she would be okay because she can make her own money, you know. I don't know about the other women per se, but yeah, she most definitely will be all right. And I believe she has all adult kids as it is. So it's really nothing that's keeping her there besides the fact that she probably still love that man and they barely have sex. So, hey, it is what it is. I don't know what type of relationship they have. But if she like it, I don't love it. You know, that's just, that's her prerogative. So, girl, that look like I'm praying. We get that going on, and then we get the situation between him and Meri. First of all, they get a new wife into the house. That's Robin. If you've been watching, I'm catching y'all up, okay? For some of y'all that have not watched. He gets a fourth wife probably like a few seasons into the show. Christine, the third wife, she had a little issue with it, you know. I believe she's the third wife. She had a little issue with it, you know. Christine is the one that is being natural with her feelings, okay? She's not trying to hide the fact that, yes, being in a polygamous relationship, you're going to have these feelings of neglect. You're going to have these feelings of jealousy, envy, or whatever. And she put that out there. She really didn't want Robin to come in. She really wasn't trying to give Robin a chance or whatever. But somewhat of eventually she did. And things, she just never really was close to her. She's closest to Janelle in the house, out of the wives or whatever. And when Robin came in, maybe because she is the new wife or she was the younger wife at the time, he did, give her a lot more attention. And during the pandemic seasons, these past couple of seasons or whatever we've been watching, he has very much been giving her all the attention, if you ask me. And mostly because he does have young kids with her, but also because I guess he like her more. That's what it comes off as, okay? And, I understand that Christine has her little jealousy a little bit, but I can understand feeling some type of way. And this is how I realized, like, being in a polygamous relationship is just not for me. At least not in a sense the way that they're doing it, where they're all dedicated to one person. No. You get that going on. And then, Meri, she's the only one that only had one child for him. She could not have any other children. And as it was revealed, I'm pretty sure the reason why their relationship began to deteriorate is because she could not have any more kids. And so therefore, he just probably stopped being attracted to her or wanted to sleep with her, period, because of that. And you cannot tell me that she was not about to cheat on that man when she started seeking out other people and she got into that big old scandal where she got catfish, thought she was talking to another man online, and come to find out it was a woman. And after, Cody found that out, that was more of a reason for him to back off from her. And their relationship really was never the same after that. And to be honest, I would have been like, girl, you probably got to go, okay? You probably got to go or this relationship is over. Because obviously that would bring to my mind that you was about to cheat on me or you was looking to cheat on me, But he let us stay. Listen to me. He let us stay. She don't want to leave, but she will put up with the fact that he's not attracted to her anymore. He doesn't want to have sex with her anymore. He doesn't want to have anything to do with her anymore outside of being somewhat friends. And I said, what type of shit is that? And Meri said, that's fine with me as long as I'm still in his family. I said, what? She's okay with being around the sister wives. She wants to be around the sister wives more and the kids or whatever. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. But she's okay with not having that type of intimacy with her husband, or whoever he is now to her. And I'm just like, so you are really going to stifle yourself and to close yourself off to anybody else, to the possibility of actually being in a relationship with somebody that actually loves you, who actually cares for you, and who actually will do and take care of the needs that you need to take care of, have taken care of, to stay in a situation where none of your needs are being met and you are just a friend to this man. And you're barely that because he barely sees you, if he does. Because you have no kids and there's no real reason for him to come over there to your house. I said that is some weak ass shit. That is some low self-esteem shit. That is some, I don't know. And he expected Christine to be the same way because Christine said, no, baby, I'm about to go. We've been having these troubles for the past few years now, and it ain't just started from the pandemic because he kept on trying to say that in his last episode that came on this Sunday. That it started with the pandemic. You want to know what really turned me off and really solidified to me that he is an ain't shit motherfucker was when the last season, I think it was the last season, when Christine's daughter had to go to New Jersey to get that surgery for her back, her spine, scoliosis and stuff, and he refused to go because he didn't want to risk getting sick. I said, oh my, that is your daughter. Something could have happened to her in surgery. She could have possibly not waken up. And you would have had that guilt on your fucking conscience the whole damn time for the rest of your life, knowing that you did not get an opportunity to see your baby girl before all this shit happened. And you really sacrificed that time to stay because you were scared of getting sick or whatever else you had going on. But then you went to somebody else's funeral and you was around a whole bunch of people. I would have rather went to a hospital where if something was to happen, they can probably take care of me because you did give, I think he got vaccinated, I think he got boosted or whatever. But I would rather go to the hospital than to go to a funeral, which should have been on email or Zoom, I should say. But you went to a physical funeral, but you couldn't go to your daughter's surgery. I said, wow, the audacity. And at that point, Christine was over it. They got into it, and he told her basically, I'm not attracted to you. I don't want an intimate marriage. She said, that's not going to work for me. He said, oh, well. And then tried to gaslight her when she said she was leaving and she didn't want nothing to do with him, and get upset at her because she did not want him to sleep in her bed. We're not having sex. We don't have no intimacy. You're not even attracted to me. So why are you making it such a big ass deal for your ass to come in here and to sleep in my bed? I don't care if you brought this house. I don't care if you brought all the furniture. This is my bed. I don't want you here. So how dare you try to force yourself to stay here? And he's very sexist. He's very narcissistic. He's very controlling. And I just was just like proud of Christine because Christine did not back down. He kept on trying to deny the fact that he said he wasn't attracted to her. He never said he didn't want an intimate marriage. But then later, when he realized that he was not winning this whole whatever gaslighting situation that he was trying to do, he finally admitted to her that I was never attracted to you and I felt pressure to get married to you. But yet you fighting so hard to keep her here for the sake of the family? Boy, please. I can't stand people like him. I really can't. The ego, the narcissism, all of that shit is just disgusting. But moving on from that, and he gonna bring up Meri. And she said, bitch, I'm not Meri, okay? Meri can stay here all she want to. I want to go fucking live my life. That's what I want to do. I said, I know that's fucking right, Christine. Don't let that motherfucker hold you back. He ain't even cute like that, okay? Moving on from that, get into seeking sister wives. And this whole conversation of polygamy, you know, they give polygamy a bad name. And you know what? Actually, I don't wanna come down on people who do polygamy or whatever, because I feel like there's different types of polygamy, but polyamorous relationships and all that. But when you look at seeking sister wives, you see that the bottom and the main reason why these people want to do this is because of sex. All right, and it's only to benefit the man. It is only to benefit the man. I don't care what anybody says. You can say, oh, well, when the women come in, you know, we get sisters, we get a helper, we get this. Oh, okay, I can get a friend. She ain't got to live with me. If I want sisterhood, I can get a friend, I can get my sister, all that shit. And they ain't got to live with me, okay? And they ain't got to fuck my man. They ain't got to fuck my spouse. So you can dismiss me with that. That's not a good enough reason. And I'm saying it like that because when you look at this show, I just don't see, like, what is the real benefit for a woman to be in a situation where your spouse has multiple partners and you only have one, your spouse? You're not having sex with that sister wife. You're only having sex with him. And the fact that you know that he's having sex with these multiple women and you have to wait your turn. Girl, please. Girl, please. I just would never. I just don't understand it. I do not understand it, and you cannot make me understand it. Back in the day, this is not the Bible times. This is not back in multiple years ago or other countries where they have, you know, multiple wives, and that determines your wealth and all that stuff. And it's a misogynistic company, it's a patriarchal country and whatever. We are in the United States of America, okay? I'm just saying we are in 2022, okay? And that's just not going to fly with me. I am here for equal opportunities and equal rights. And what that means is if I ever get into a polygamous relationship, we all fucking each other. We all taking care of each other, okay? We all contributing to the household. All right, everybody's fucking working and we're all fucking each other. Okay, it ain't no one man to three wives, bitch. Girl, fuck all of that. We slurping and doing orgies and threesomes and shit together. The fuck? Yeah, we can have our one-on-one time or whatever, but baby, we coming together and we doing each other. You know, if I want to have sex with you, I'm gonna have sex with you, and if I want to have sex with you, I'm gonna have sex with you, and if you want to have sex with her, you can have sex with her. You know what I'm saying? And if you want to have sex with all three of us, we can do it all three together. That's what it is, okay? You know, and it may sound weird, but that's just how I feel like that's the more fair thing when it comes to a polygamy type of relationship. And then you got the couples on here. Cause listen, the whole situation, one particular one, a couple of these couples didn't even make it seem as if polygamy was about the wives. You literally made it seem and show and reiterate to some of us who feel as though it's just about the men and their sexual desires. One particular couple, or I should say throuple, Marcus and his wife and his girlfriend. The girlfriend was more, I feel as though she's more monogamous minded, because every time he had did something, she gets jealous and she wants stuff to be answered and want, you know, almost as if she's in a monogamous relationship with him and as if he doesn't have a wife. Now, see, the way that they came about, Marcus was married to his wife and then he cheated on her. They got separated, I believe, and in the midst of that separation, instead of him thinking and using that time apart to, you know, think about what he did and how he hurt his wife possibly and all of that, instead of using that time for that moment and trying to get back with his wife and get things good, he gets into another relationship with the girlfriend. And not only does he get into a relationship with her, he gets engaged to her and then brings her into the family, and the wife okays it. So basically, this is giving him, and then he starts to think of the idea of wanting to have a polygamous relationship, a polygamous marriage, so that he can go ahead and cheat. That's all it is. So he can go ahead and have multiple women. So he's engaged to this lady. They haven't even been married yet, and they've been together for like 5 years or so. And you're already thinking about bringing other women into the foray. You start talking to somebody that you and your wife had already known previously, and you talking already about the subject of sex. I'm not finna hold out of having sex. And I'm sitting here like, what? Wow. And he didn't even respect the fact that the girlfriend was upset about him wanting to have sex so soon. Like, just because you have sex with somebody does not mean that it's going to go into an actual relationship. And so therefore, that goes to show that he's all about sex, because he can have sex with that friend and he can have sex with the other lady that he was trying to get with as well, who he dropped the bomb on, Janae. And she was like, first of all, I'm not here for this bullshit, and you could have called me and told me that this was what it was before you had me fly out here to this shit, okay? And the way that he keep on trying to convince her to do the polygamy shit is very predatory, okay? You know, and again, it's about sex for him, because like I was saying, he can have sex with this lady, but that she can always turn her mind and be like, well, this ain't for me. But you still got sex out of it. That's fucked up. That's fucked up. I really disgusted by him, you know. And then you get to the other couples. The one who had the kids that was down in Texas and his daughter didn't like what he was doing. Baby, she read his ass in that table. Was like, I think it's disgusting what you're doing. I said, I know that's right. It ain't disgusting. It's just weird, okay? And on their part, it's weird because I believe that's how his current wife came into the picture. He was trying to get his ex-wife, the mother of his kids, on board with that shit, and she said no, okay? And then old girl came in and wound up just being the wife, and now they looking for somebody else. And what is irritating about that is it feels predatory in a sense that, again, he's going after, these men are going after young people. He's going after somebody that is 21 years old. She ain't lived life yet. She ain't experienced all that she needs to experience, and you trying to get her to be a fucking wife to you at 21, to you and your wife. And then the wife getting upset that the lady, the 21-year-old, is only focused mostly on him. I said, girl, get the fuck up out of here. This is crazy. Mind you, his son is 21. Why are you trying to marry and trap down somebody that is the same age as your son? That is some weird shit. Okay? Then you got the other black man, Nick. You got Nick. I said, what is this reparations? I'm just asking. I'm just asking y'all. Because Nick is a black man that has two white wives. Or two white wives, okay? But now, by the end of the show, he has 3 of them. I ain't never seen no shit like this, okay? I said Nick has a preference, and that preference is light, white, and bright, okay? I said, all right, all right, all right. And when I tell you Nick don't do shit, Nick is a stay-at-home husband. Yeah, they got a couple of kids, but them kids are old enough to take care of themselves to a certain degree, bitch. He could go to work, okay? They at school. Why he won't work? Because they don't make him work, okay? And they also going after a 21-year-old. I said, what? And that means, because listen, the girlfriend that they have, or the second wife, you know, she only been in the picture for like a few years. She's 25, I believe, maybe 25, 26 years old. So that means once they been up in, she probably came into the picture around 2021 as well, between 2021 and 22. Granted, these people are of age. It's still weird that y'all are 40, almost 50, if that, and y'all going after these people that are half your age. Half your age. It's a little predatory. It's a little predatory. I can see 5 years your junior, maybe 6 or something. Could be a little bit 10. You know, that'd be okay. But 20, when he gets to that, no, girl. 15, 20, no, girl, that's a little too much. That's a little too much for me. That ain't my cup of tea. And he ain't even all that cute for that. He is not. None of them actually. None of them actually. Okay, I'm sorry to say that, but that's just what it is. And then the 21-year-old that they got, Danielle, she is just so ditzy looking. It's almost as if, like her friend said, you are being pressured to do this. You are being manipulated to do this, and the man don't work. When she tried to defend him, she was like, "Well, what did she do? What did he do if he don't work?" She was like, he's a genius. I mean, he reads books and he does. I said he reads books all day. He reads books all day. That is your comeback. He does nothing, and they pay for everything. I said, oh my God. I said, well, shit, Nick, ride that bitch out. If they gonna let you just coast through and just supply dick, then do what you gotta do. Because other than that, I don't understand what the women are getting out of this. I see what he getting out of it. He's giving free room and board and vagina. Multiple. That's it. And then the second wife is pregnant. Like, girl, crazy, crazy. Then you get the one who went to Thailand. They so forgettable. Honestly, and then I look at it, and no shade. Maybe it's because I'm more around black folks because because I'm black and I'm more comfortable and I see how they are, or the people that I associate with are, and the people that I gravitate to. Granted, it's some black people that look like they're a little, quiet and probably a little boring or whatever, but even then, they still look like they got a little bit of flavor and they probably a little bit more exciting. I be looking at no shade, and I don't want this to come off as like I'm being, whatever. It just look like the men, especially, not the women, it's the men. It's like, what exactly? They don't look exciting. They don't look like they have good sex. They don't look like they can have sex. They look boring, and they look like they don't know how to have a real conversation. Like their conversations are so freaking elementary. You know what I'm saying? Like it doesn't look inviting and exciting enough for me to fall for you. Case in point, dude going to Thailand with old girl. I just don't see that. Like the way they talk to each other. Like that's how y'all talk to each other. This look boring as shit. And the main one, which is the main reason why I wanted to do this, Garrett and goddamn Danielle. I shouldn't laugh at others' misfortunes. I shouldn't laugh at other people's misery. But baby, when you put it out there on a public platform, this is what you get. You're gonna get these criticisms, okay? Now, ever since I seen Garrett, I believe either the first, I don't know if they've been on since the first season or since last season. Either way, they've been on a couple of seasons that I can remember. Something about him has been so weird, and it's more so him than her. You get into this relationship with this foreign woman. I believe she's from Brazil, Roberta. You convince her to get married while you go out there to see her. Okay. And while you're out there, you're trying to have sex with her and get her pregnant. He wanted to get her pregnant right away. And that's been his focus, to get her pregnant before she's even over here in the United States. Okay. And I'm just like, what the fuck is going on here with this? And what really disturbed me was the fact that Danielle went along with the whole plan to get her over here so that they can legally get married. So she divorced him and let him marry her, Roberta. I said, bitch, that would have been a no-go for me. That would have been a no-go for me. Hell no. Okay? And I just don't understand what is the fascination of trying to get with somebody from another country, and then you complain and you be sad and in your feelings that the process to get them over here, because you have to go through legal avenues and visa applications and all of this stuff and red tape to get them over here. And it's not an easy process. It's not a simple snap of the finger. You're here and then you're all up in your feelings. You're crying about it. Why go overseas to do something like that instead of finding somebody in your own country if you're gonna be acting this way? It just makes it. I just don't understand. And for them, Garrett and Danielle giving the update, that's what it seems like they always do. They're going after foreigners. And I keep on saying this. Something about Garrett gives me cult leader tease. He gives me cult leader tease. He gives me, and the way that Danielle, she's kind of jealous. And she's just going along with what he wants. She's allowing him to lead. She's allowing to go along with whatever it is that he wants, regardless of how she feels about it, until she finally gets on the same page with him and gets her feeling involved. And then, it gives me like, if Roberta would have came over here, they probably would have had her trapped up in the basement or had her as a little sex slave or as a slave in general. That's what it was given. And the way that he looks, he has this sick puppy, sickly, creepy look about him all the time. There is nothing, and I hate to say this about a person, but there is nothing that is really attractive about him. He's not an ugly man, but the way that he conduct himself, the way that he be looking, that's what I just said, the creepy, sickly, sick puppy-like look, and always crying and everything, and talking in his baby voice and all this other shit. There's nothing attractive about that. There is absolutely nothing that gets, I don't see how any woman gets their panties wet. How do you get moist off of that? I just don't get it. Nothing about that is attractive. Nothing about that is sexy. It don't even look like he know how to fuck. I'm just saying. It just don't look like it, y'all. And I hate to be that way and be vocal like that, but it just, I don't get it. I don't get it. He just be looking like a deer in headlights. It look like he's trying to figure out which emotions he want to put out. Should he put his real self out, or should he keep this facade up? You know what I'm saying? And the way he be talking about Roberta, to Danielle, almost as if Danielle is not there and Roberta is his one and only. It is weird. He and his wife were the weirdest ones on this show, okay? But baby, I said, Roberta, keep your ass over there. In this season, they was like, you know what? I know it's a pandemic. She got to take care of her mama. Her mama was sick, but we barely been hearing from her. They was trying to date another girl at the same time too, a black woman. And I said, Leah, girl, get your ass up out of there. Now, I don't know if it's because you wanted to be on TV, but baby, I just didn't understand what you thought, or what you saw in this man. I said, given your personality from what I see off the TV, you ain't got nothing in common with this man, and this man cannot keep up with you. He basically wanted her not to work. She works in I think she was a nurse or something. And she said, no, baby, that's not going to work, okay? And I said, what is this fascination of keeping the wives at home, barefoot and pregnant? That's some boring ass shit. Like, we are not in the 1950s, okay? We can go fucking work, you know? And so they finally get in touch with Roberta. Roberta had an issue with the fact that they was going with Leah. And she was like, as long as y'all ain't had sex with that bitch, it's fine. You ain't had no intimate stuff with the girl, it's fine. Even though it really wasn't, it's fine. Baby. They went over there to Brazil because they've been trying to get her to get this visa, you know, and she keeps putting it off. But then the visa got approved, right? So they go over there to Brazil. They go to Brazil. They see her mama. Everything is cool. You know, they got an interpreter and all this stuff. You know, they went on ahead and brought her a ticket, a one-way ticket to get to the United States when a visa get approved and all that shit or whatever. Cool. So we thinking everything is good, right? Everything is great. That last night that they was there, so revelation happened. You know, she said something to Danielle about the whole situation with them dating Leah and, you know, him wanting to have kids or some other shit or bringing other people up in there. Something that she really wasn't here for. Okay? And Danielle thought that they had the situation already handled, right? Come to find out, Gary hadn't told her this or whatever. So when they had that little dinner, they talked about it. And then when it came out about the fact that he kissed Leah, oh my God, Roberta got so pissed off. Roberta got so pissed off, she had to leave the table, right? Danielle and Garrett was dumbfounded. They was like, why is she acting like this? I said, I don't know why she acted like it either, but I feel like I know why she acted like it. But then, after that, right, and she didn't calm down or whatever, because she said she needed to take a little walk or whatever. She didn't calm down. He didn't, you know, did the little baby voice trying to convince her and talk to her like she a child and all that stuff. And we thinking everything all to the good, right? Then when it was time for her to leave or whatever, you got Danielle and her. Danielle crying and just make sure you get on the plane. You're gonna come, right? You're gonna come, right? And when I tell you this, these are the most cryingest couple I've ever seen. They cry so damn much, okay? You're gonna come, right? She's like, yes, sister. I love you, sister. Okay, I'm gonna come, sister. Roberta got up in that car and that was the last time they saw Roberta. That was the last time they saw Roberta. I had no idea that Roberta was playing their ass, okay? This whole damn... You may call me naive, but baby, this whole time I had no idea that Roberta was playing their ass. Because listen, they said on that last episode, the episode came on after they did the previously. As soon as it got into the episode, this is what we saw. I can't believe it. I said, oh my God, why the fuck is she sitting here crying like this? And who is recording her crying like this? It was almost as if her mama died. Her mama, her kids, and her sister died all on the same day. That's how hard Danielle was sitting her ass there crying. You couldn't see her eyes. I said, bitch, what the fuck is going on? And then she said, I can't believe she would do this. And when I heard that, I said, bitch, Roberta played them, huh? Girl, I said so fucking dramatic. Maybe because it's not because I'm cold-blooded, you know what I'm saying? And it's not because I don't have a heart. I just never trusted them. Trusted their whole get-up. And I did not want that girl to come here because I just did not trust them with her. And like I said, it seems like a pattern with them that they're seeking out foreigners. Because after this whole experience, they're talking to another woman from Brazil. What? Is she from Brazil or she from Colombia? One of those, but I know the new girl is from Brazil for sure. Roberta is from South America as well. But, oh my goodness. When she was crying her eyes out, I said, girl, what the fuck is going on? I need to get to the backstory. Fast forward, fast forward. Gary, what happened? Bitch, what wound up happening is Roberta they hadn't really heard from her, but she had sent them a message and basically was like, she needs some money. A large sum of money. They put that money in the bank. Roberta cleared that shit up out of there, and Roberta sent a text message and said, after the last time we talked and the last time you here, I could not get over the fact that you kissed that girl and my feelings and everything changed. I'm not coming. This is over. It's done. I said, bitch. Danielle was like, after 3 years, 3 years. Bitch, when I tell you I fucking hollered, I did not feel bad, not one bit. And maybe, again, that's just saying something about me, but I did not feel bad. Mom, I said, that's fucked up that lady played them. But at the same time, it's what they get. Okay? It's what they get. And then when they was sitting down there talking to their families, they was coming down on her. And I said, honestly, you should have been coming down on them, because why are they going overseas and then getting somebody from an impoverished land, part of the city or whatever, as if they didn't see an opportunity or didn't think that this is a possibility, that this could be going on, that they could possibly get played. I said, mama played the long dang con and got all the money out of them. The last transaction, I think they said that she asked for like $10,000 or something like that. And they put like close to $10,000 in the bank, and she took that money out, and that was it. And they had sent way more money over the past 3 years. I said, oh my God. Oh my God. That girl took the money and cut their ass off. That's what they get. That's what they get, bitch. I don't feel sorry for their ass either way. Y'all weird as shit. I'm so sorry. I am so... That shit was funny. I never want to laugh at somebody's pain. And I know somebody gonna be like, well, why did you? Because it was funny at this moment. Because I just didn't trust them. I did not trust them. And something about them gave me acting tease. Okay? They give me like they're literally trying to be actors on this show. And I just had no sympathy for them. I had no sympathy. I had no empathy. I just could not relate. And it was like, at this point, do what you had to do, Roberta. Roberta said, no, bitch. No, bitch. I can't do it. And I need to end this shit right here, right now. I said, so basically what it made it seem as though the last time that they met up, Roberta made that whole situation a situation, and it really wasn't just so that she could have a reason, quote unquote, to break up with them. I see what you did, Roberta. You ain't shit either, but bitch, I applaud you. I applaud you. I applaud you, because that's the risk that you take trying to go to somebody overseas. And you'll hear about what happened with on 90 Day Fiance. I'm seeing a whole shit about Muhammad and Eve that happened on the recent 90 Day Fiance that just went on. He was cheating on her. And people was like, I don't understand why she act the way that she do, whatever, not trying to understand him and all this shit. Meanwhile, the whole time he was over here trying to get a green card, and he was cheating on her the whole time. He was fucking around on her the whole time. He was using her. Girl, that's why I never liked his soft voice ass. Anyway, y'all, that was something else. If y'all watch Seeking Sister Wives, and if you never watched it, I suggest you go ahead and watch it. It's only 4 seasons. You'll probably get it done in probably a week. But baby, it's good. It's good. And it's a mess. Garland and Garrett and goddamn Danielle. Well, I'm telling you, I had never laughed at somebody so hard when the episode popped up. And I felt bad for a second for laughing as hard as I did. But, bitch, I just couldn't help it. Anyway, y'all tell me how y'all feel about it. Y'all thoughts about this whole polygamy shit. And I'll see y'all later. Peace.